Welcome to your reading, loves. Let's go ahead and tap into your energy and see what your spirit guides want you to know. Okay, what's the overall energy for the collective spirit? The Empress that wanted to come out. Okay, so we got the Emperor and we got the Page of Swords. Okay. Tell me more. Tower card. What's going on? What's going on? Okay. Whew. Okay, so here we go. We got the Magician, the Knight of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles here. Okay, so you could be a divine masculine, starting something new. You could be, starting like a new LLC, a new business prospect, or you're trying to learn some type of skill to master it, okay, and make more money, okay? I feel like whatever this is, you are feeling positive about, starting this new project or learning about something. And for some of you guys, this could be pertaining to like a marriage. Okay, you're curious about something, you're trying to analyze or find out something, or maybe you are ready to like settle down, find your person and commit. Some of you guys could be like online dating, doing something of that sort, but let's get into it. Tell me more, Spirit. You're trying to manifest something. It's like you want it to come in so you can have this financial stability. You may be indecisive about something, okay? Going back to this career shift. It's like you have to decide and make a hard decision about something, okay? You might have received some type of news regarding a home, your a property that you're trying to sell, a business or something like that. I just heard it could be like a lien. Some of you guys are having to relocate and move to get the results or to, find that home that you're looking for. Okay. So right now you could be in the phase of just trying to find that home. Okay. But you're sad about leaving your hometown or something of that sort. Maybe you have to move to take this position. Okay. So yeah, for some of you guys, this is like you're getting a promotion or you're doing something that's going to bring you more money. Okay. But you're indecisive about taking this offer because if you do, you will have to relocate and move. Okay. And maybe you have to relocate your entire family. Maybe you have to sell your home. Something of that sort is making you feel, uncertain about it. Like, I don't know, if I'm going to be happy moving elsewhere. Or for some of you guys, it's like maybe you have to leave your family and travel, certain places. I don't know. But whatever it is, it's like, it's weighing heavy on you. It's like, I'm not sure if I want to do this because it's going to affect me in this way. Okay. So you don't want to make a, impulsive decision, of course, but I do feel like this offer there's a time frame, and it's like you gotta either do it or you're not going to do it, because they're going to move along to the next person or something of that sort. But yeah, you're kind of sad about that. You're feeling a little up in the air, like I don't know if if this is the right thing to do. Some of you guys could be looking at that with the star card. Be hopeful and keep the faith. Okay, listen to that inner guidance. Okay, because you're whatever this is, some of you guys, it could be a divorce, and there's some type of legal battle or something where it's like, okay, do I get the home or do I have to sell the home? When it comes to the kids, am I going to have, access to my kids and things of that nature? It's like if your kids move away from you, that's going to affect you. And so there's a lot of things that you have to consider before making a final decision. And this is going to like change everything in your life. And I feel like you're very concerned about that. Yeah. Spirit is like, get things in orders, be diligent with whatever it is you're doing. If you're going to court, you have to make sure you have all your documentations, make sure everything is, aligned. Also take time for yourself to rest and rejuvenate. Okay. Because if you're just work, and you're doing all of these things, it might throw you off your game. Okay. So yes, I do see you working hard. Yes, I do see that you are trying to start this new beginning with whatever. It's like you're trying to learn your craft and get more skilled at whatever this is, this new job opportunity. Some of you guys could be into you could be like a realtor or something like that and have multiple properties. But whatever it is, it's like you want to make sure that you are investing in the right things. And there's a lot of paperwork. There's a lot of messages. I'm seeing emails to make sure that, you're not missing any deadlines. Okay. So you could be really busy at this time, and, you just have to take that time for yourself to make sure that you're making the right decisions for the long term, for you and your family. Tell me more. Ooh. Yeah. It's like whatever it is, it has to align with your morals, your values, and your principles. Okay. So this is what you want, wish fulfillment, and you want to make sure that whatever decision you may be taking, it's going to give you long-term stability and align with your values, and also be fulfilling, emotionally for you, your family, and, everyone you're connected with, business partners, etc. It's like you're worried about something, or you feel like you're going to lose something. There's something that you may not be seeing the bigger picture because you're solely focused on what you're losing or what you feel like is not fair. There's some type of it's like you're concerned that whatever you're losing, you're not going to get back, or you're just not going to be satisfied with the end result, because you may not be open to this change, out of fear, because you are trying to control the outcome instead of, just listening to your inner gut or trusting yourself. It's like you feel like you're missing out on something, or you're not completely satisfied with the choice that you have to make. Okay? You have to walk away from something, and it's something that you don't want to let go of. You feel like it's not going to be replaced with better, but Spirit is trying to align you and get you to understand that this is divinely orchestrated, right? This change that you may be avoiding, or you may just feel like a sadness. But it's going to be replaced. So whatever you're worried about, it's like you're stressing yourself out over nothing. Okay, tell me more. Yeah, you're holding on to something too tight, you know, feeling like you're not going to get the money back. You're not going to, like, this investment is not going to pay off, or something of that sort. Is like, just release the need to control and let go and let God. Because I do see that you are very just thinking logical about every single move. And it's like, it's going to cause you to be very anxious, or, overthink and overanalyze. Just let it flow, as long as you're staying focused and you're working hard to achieve what it is that you want. Yeah, some things you may have to, remove, and it's for your own good. Even if you don't see the bigger picture of that right now, Spirit is aligning things, and it's like, don't force an outcome the way you see it. Go, go with the flow is what I'm hearing. Because you're holding on to something too tight. And I feel like this has something to do with, either something tangible that you have, something material, or this can be a person that you have to leave behind, or it could be your kids. Which I can see that as being tough. Yeah. Yeah. Page of Pentacles, money, materialistic things. You're having to be patient, and make sure that you get some advice from someone who has experience in whatever it is, this skill, or this new thing that you are working on. You're holding on to this lifestyle, this home, this marriage, this career path that is like, it's time for you to do something else, and release what is causing you to feel uneasy. You may feel guilty about something, or you may feel like you're going to regret a decision that you make. So you're trying to, I feel like you're overthinking something though, like out of fear. Because you're so used to something flowing a certain way, and now that has expired, or is coming to an end, it's like you're trying to force that. You're trying to force an outcome. thinking that you're not going to get or have that financial stability, or you're going to lose something. So if you're trying to sell a home or something, you're trying to make sure that you get, a certain amount of money. You want to make sure that you're getting the amount of money that the house is worth. And maybe people are just not at this time trying to buy it. I don't know. Let's see. And there is the King of Swords with the Temperance and the Knight of Cups. Be patient and let things play out the way it is. Some of you guys, you may be going to court, okay? And you may get some legal documents. Or maybe you're just trying to work something out with your spouse. Yeah, with the Justice here in the Tower and the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, you may be going through a divorce or some type of legal issue with your spouse, and you guys are battling it out. Somebody is going to lose something. Okay, so if you have shared assets with someone, there may be something that you have to give that you're not willing to or wanting to give. Yeah. Okay, let's clarify. Let's clarify and see what's going on. So clarify the Emperor spirit. I'm hearing release the need to control the outcome, okay? With the Emperor card. Clarify this Emperor spirit. Why is the Emperor here? Okay, we have, yeah, you're in your head. You're needing to take time to self-reflect, okay? Because it's a lot of thinking, over analyzing a situation, and you need to rest to contemplate what decision is going to be the right decision for you and that aligns with your goals going forward. Okay. Relaxing, meditating, listening to a spiritual word, all of those things, I feel like in solitude is going to ground you and relax your mind, because I feel like there's a lot of overstimulating things being thrown at you right now. You're needing to recoup. Turn off your phone for a while. Clarify this Page of Swords. You're analyzing something. What is this pertaining to, Spirit? The Devil. Over analyzing, overstimulated, overthinking, right? You may have some resentment or bitterness towards someone or something, like the outcome of something, okay? But Spirit is wanting you to take time for yourself to recognize what part you play in this situation, and like really just, there needs to be some type of healing your shadow self. Maybe you have been, a little controlling over situations, and Spirit is trying to get you to release the need to have to control people or outcomes. You're very logical. You're a thinker for sure. Yeah. Something is becoming obsessive. Like you're just needing to take time out for yourself. Clarify the magician spirit. And this Empress card keeps coming out. So I definitely feel like it has something to do with like marriage or finances, joint endeavors with someone, okay? Your values and your manifestations. So if this is pertaining to a career, make sure that you're not cutting any corners and trying to do something the fast way. With this Knight of Swords, it's giving, like you want something quick and fast to happen. And so with the Devil card, just make sure that you are being true to yourself and you're not cutting any corners. You're working hard and doing things diligently, because I feel like if there's any type of legal situation going on, they're going to be checking to make sure that you have this, and this in order to open your business or in order to move forward with what you're trying to do. Okay. So you don't want to be restricted or stopped because you're trying to do something illegal, or you're trying to cut corners, because it's not going to work. Okay. You want to make sure that this investment takes off, right? You've been working hard and you're trying to make sure that things go accordingly. Yeah. I'm getting family, like there's some type of family issues that is affecting your work. It's like, is this a custody battle? Um, you know, my nose is itching, y'all. But you can't sleep over it because this is really like weighing on you. Clarify this Knight of Swords. Justice card. Yeah, I do feel like a lot of y'all are going to court. Like somebody is going to court about something. A marriage, your finances, fighting for something, like trying to win at all costs. You could be watching this person like, you evil bitch. My God, that just came out of nowhere. But that's what I'm getting. Like you're angry with someone. Like, I can't believe you did that. Somebody is playing dirty. Okay, but look at it from both perspectives. Put yourself in their shoes. Okay? Put yourself in this person's shoes for just a moment while you're self-reflecting. I understand that you have an agenda and you want certain things, but you have to look at both sides of the situation, okay? And be fair and just. Okay, be rational about whatever this is that's going on. Clarify this Ten of Pentacles. I'm getting a lot of earth energy. See, yeah, we got the Five of Swords and the Nine of Swords. So yes, this is something that is really making you resent this person. I feel like there's is like a ego battle between you and your spouse. Okay. If you are trying to get a divorce or something, it's like you want to win certain things, these assets. Okay. You guys could be fighting over, or like I said, the children, whatever it is, it's like, I have to make this tough decision, right? It's causing you to worry and have fear, right? Whatever you guys are disagreeing about when it comes to these money matters or the materialistic things that you guys have gained together. It's like you're going to have to sit down and come to some type of agreement about something. Okay, clarify this Two of Swords. Emperor card here. You again being, okay, you could be a little stubborn, or you're not budging when it comes to what you feel like you deserve, you know? It's like the control. You got to let go of the control. With the Two of Swords here, it's like, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. Like you're just not satisfied with how things are going, this legal battle. But something is coming to the end. It's going to change regardless. So it's like, yeah, you may feel like you got a deadline. And yeah, maybe it's a property and you're like, I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I that's mine. Clarify the Sun. Two of Pentacles. Yeah. You guys could be there could be a custody battle over the children. Who get the, the visitation rights and all of those things. Clarify the Six of Swords. You feel like something isn't fair. And you could be watching this person to try to get some type of information. You could be overly like watching this person because you want to win this war so bad. You want to win, in court. And maybe your ego is just like getting in the way of like resolving this situation. Okay. So yes, I do feel like you need to take some time to like rest and rejuvenate, to get your mind right, and so that you can just make a fair, just decision. Not solely just thinking about yourself, but thinking about the bigger picture. Think about the kids involved. Think about your family dynamic and how it's going to affect everyone in this situation, not just your own, for your own needs and what you want out of the situation. We have the Hermit, the Lover's card, and the Fool card. Okay, so you are walking away from a connection. I feel like you've decided to choose yourself and start a new beginning. So some of you guys could be moving, relocating to somewhere else. You've decided like, okay, this is the decision that I've made. This relationship is not working out. We're not on the same page. It's been very cutthroat and like win at all costs, like a battle, to the point where it's like you can't even have a conversation with this person to make things right. It has gotten to that point where I feel like people are being manipulative, and I don't know who's doing what, but all I can say is I do see the disagreements and like your values and what you feel like you deserve in this situation. But when it comes to you moving forward, I feel like you have analyzed the situation, or you're going to come to a point where you have analyzed the situation and you feel like it is a turning point where you realize something within yourself. Like this is not this situation is not making you feel grounded. It's not making you feel stable. It's not bringing life to this new path that you're on, okay? And you're sad about it. You may feel guilty. You may have some regrets. But at the end of the day, you have to move forward from this situation, okay? That may have been a very hard decision to walk away from this situation and choose yourself, okay? But it was necessary. And I feel like after you go through this phase of being in solitude and self-reflecting, you're going to choose yourself and decide to walk away from this connection and move forward. And some of you guys are moving to a different city or state, or far, like hours away from this person. Clarify this Five of Cups. And yet you're still holding on to guilt, resentment, or regret, this sadness, longing, needing to heal the pain and suffering, because it gets better on the other side. I feel like whatever this transformative situation is definitely going to change the way you view relationships, your perspective in general, and your work ethics. I feel like you're going to go 10 times harder because you've been through the ringer. You've already gone through this. So if you were married and you're going through a divorce, it's like you are ready to just like focus on yourself, your spirituality or your belief, whatever it is that you believe in. I feel like you are really going to focus in on that and just get better, because you want to be grounded, right? You want to be stable, and you want things to align with your values, morals, and principles. Okay. Clarify the Star card. Three of Cups. Yeah. You need to be around family, community, and people that get you, people who understand you. And I do feel like you're going to have something to celebrate. It's like, whew, that was heavy, but it's over. And now I get to start my new beginning, okay? And so whatever was holding you back, whatever the situation that made you feel restricted and stuck and confused and, indecisive, I feel like there's going to come a point to where it's like, okay, I've made a decision and I've chosen myself. It's over with. And you're going to have that support system where people who genuinely love you and care for you is going to get you out of this phase of feeling sad and, like you've lost something, So don't spend too much time in solitude. I do feel like you would need to go out and have some fun, because I feel like you've been work, no play. And it came to a point where it's like you have been obsessing over this situation to the point where you've just been isolating yourself or spending a lot of time alone. But it's going to come to a point where you need to spend time with, your family and friends and people who really care about you. Have some fun and have that balance and get back to work, But all work and no play is going to be like a burnout, all right? And I do think a lot of you guys are getting divorced. And this change is going to change everything, but it's like you're single. You're going to get back to yourself. But you're never going to be the same after this divorce and this change, okay? Clarify this Eight of Pentacles. It's like you're rebuilding yourself and you're a different person. Your mind, different perspective. You're going to be very, successful at whatever it is that you've been patiently and diligently working towards, okay? I feel like you are putting things in order, getting yourself ready for this stable life. You may have had to start completely over. But at the end of the day, whatever you're working on and whatever you focus on is going to be successful. You're going to get the recognition that you desire. You're going to be around the people who love and care and adore you. And I feel like you're going to spend more time with your friends and, the community. If you're moving, I feel like you're going to enjoy the community and the people around you. So don't spend too much time holding on to the past and what you've lost, and focus on what it is that you have to come, and think positive about all the things you have overcome, right? The things that you still have. Be thankful and grateful for those things, because I feel like you're going to get everything that you lost and more. But if you keep dwelling on the past and the things that you've lost, it's going to affect your emotional state, and your outlook on your new beginning, okay? This path forward. So let's get in the habit of thinking positive and, enjoying life as well, Clarify the Hierophant. Four of Cups. You're depressed. You're feeling disconnected from, and it's normal. If you've been with this person for so long, or you've been living your life for so long a certain way and things are changing, it could be a lot, It could be a lot. And this is definitely focused on the home. So there's a lot of changes, You're single now, or you're about to be. And it's like, you may feel like you failed. You failed your marriage, or, it's just seeking counseling. Therapy sessions, I feel like, would definitely help you with getting out of this feeling of apathy and feeling of lost and, regret. Because I do feel like you still there's some type of feelings and emotions that you have for this person, whether you pretend to be detached or not have any feelings at all. It's normal to have feelings, but I feel as if this legal situation has gotten so out of hand to the point where it's like, I'm worried about me, what I want, how I feel, my values, and not looking at it from, both perspectives. And that is causing an issue, okay? Because you can't release and stop thinking about this situation, because it's not concluded. It hasn't been worked out yet, okay? And with the Queen of Swords, Temperance, and Knight of Cups, hopefully by the end of this reading, you guys have come to some type of agreement or conclusion. But it's something on the home front where it's like you definitely feel like you've lost something. I feel like you have people rooting for you. Whatever it is that you're doing, it's going to be successful. It's going to be in the public eye. It's going to be, you're going to have the support. And so you may be feeling lonely, or just feeling as if, you're still having to work and push forward, and you're dealing with all of this heavy shit here when it comes to your family, your stability, and financial matters. Okay, clarify this Six of Cups. Tower card, yeah. And so it's like you may have took a heavy hit where you feel like you're losing all of the things that you consider to be wish fulfillment. Okay, so it could be the materialistic things in your life. You feel like everything, this is your whole perspective on what you thought you wanted in your life is changing. And that could be difficult for anyone to like adjust to. So it's going to take time. For some of you guys, therapy will help, you know, therapy will help you stay grounded. But this change is inevitable. And I definitely feel like you may have thought that this was the person that you were going to spend the rest of your life with. And it can get hard. It could get very icky when you're going through a divorce. But you'll get through it. Okay. Clarify this 4 of Cups, 2 of Wands. Okay. So yeah, now it's time to just plan forward and stop looking back at the past. Stop looking at the things that you lost and have gratitude and be thankful for the things that you still have. Okay. Clarify this 4 of Pentacles. You got the Magician again, holding on to something materialistic, as if you won't get it back. And so if the universe feels like you're holding on something too tight, you're not going to be able to manifest the things that you desire. Okay. Whether that is a new career, moving, anything, relocating, getting the valuables and the materialistic things that you want. If you're so holding on to money and thinking that you're not going to get it back, then you won't, because you're overly obsessing over it. And it's like you're saying to the universe, I'm not worthy of that. And you fear that you're not going to get something. And so you won't manifest it. Okay. You got to be intentional with everything that you do. And I feel like you're so solely like focused on the loss of, the materialistic things that you have, to the point where it's like you're not really focusing on the spiritual side, your faith. You're trying to control the outcome. Again, you have to release that. And so time by yourself and like speaking to a therapy that help you, someone that can help you get through what you're going through is going to be your best bet. Clarify this Page of Pentacles. Yikes. Very chaotic. Okay. Okay, let's see. We have the Sun, the Knight of Swords, and the 8 of Wands with the Page of Pentacles here. So, yeah. I don't think there's really anything that you need to worry about, I just think you need to be patient, because I feel as if you are wanting something to happen really fast. A turning point could happen, really fast, where it has something to do with this King of Swords woman, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or you may be wanting to contact this person or get a hold to them when it comes to your kids. It's like you're demanding something. I don't know. Let's see. Clarify this Knight of Swords. You want to see your kids, or you want to see this person. Why is the why is the Queen of Swords here, Spirit? You guys may have a conversation. You might text this person, or actually go to where they are and have a conversation with them. And I feel like it's going to bring some type of peace with the Temperance card here. Let's see. Clarify the Queen of Swords. Okay. This person may be defensive. Okay. And so if you're coming impulsive, and demanding something, this person is not going to go for that. Okay. Their boundaries are up. And you may be coming like, oh, I want to see my kids or spend time with my kids, but how they have something set up could be challenging. Okay. So again, it's like a battle of egos. You may just be trying to, it may be the approach, or it may be because there's still friction, or there's still something that needs to be talked about that you guys haven't, really talked about. I feel like when it comes to like assets, money, this person is not letting up, okay? Child support or something. It's like this person is not letting up, okay? And your intentions it doesn't look like you have bad intentions, but it's just a challenge right now. Maybe it's too early. Yeah, Three of Swords. You guys are still hurt. You guys, it's hard to reconcile because there's still pain. There's still resentment. Okay? Your heart chakras are closed, both of you. And it's coming off as just bitterness on both ends and not wanting to see each other's perspective. Maybe this person feel like they have to have boundaries with you because you were trying to control the situation, or they felt like something was unfair. I feel like this is a very straightforward person, and you both are logical thinkers, and you want what you feel like you deserve, and they feel like they want what they deserve. So clarify the Knight of Cups as the outcome. You guys may have tried to go to counseling and that didn't even work. It's just like a time where you just have to take time for yourself, and you can't force an outcome. Three of Wands. Okay. Yeah. So with the Knight of Cups and the Three of Wands, it's like you're starting to see the bigger perspective of everything. Okay. Maybe you're trying to be the wise one, the mature one, and come from an emotional standpoint of seeing everybody and how it's affecting the family in general, your children, this person, you. And it's like maybe you have come to the point where it's like, now, okay, I'm ready to be the bigger person. You're ready to take this leap of faith. And, I just feel like you're just tired. You're tired of all of this heaviness. I feel like you want to move forward, and a lot of you guys could be, like I said, relocating. You're planning to do something that is you feel in your gut you're meant to do. Something that is going to fulfill you, and something that is going to be stable, long term, and give you that satisfaction, that wealth, that money that you feel like you've lost or whatever. Just do the right thing. Put your ego and your pride to the side and think about the bigger picture, okay? That's it. That's the advice. And I feel like something is like I said, your perspective on what you feel like was emotionally fulfillment in the past. I feel like that has changed. I feel like that has changed, and you're seeing this person for who they truly are, vice versa. Okay? This person may have been confused about making a decision or choice or something of that sort as well. And I feel like they are wanting to, it's like they're releasing this situation as well. But when it comes to their home, I feel like that's the issue. Like you guys are fighting over a home. Feeling like you're going to lose out on that situation. This person is feel like you're trying to take something away from them. And also the relationship has been very challenging, and it's just like, yeah, the wheel of fortune is here. And with the Ace of Pentacles, it's time to just start new and think about the long term, and make rational decisions and take the opportunities that present itself, okay? But you have to address your insecurities. You have to address the reality of both perspectives, not just your own gain. And maybe you have a hard time understanding that or seeing that. So you may want to get help or get another perspective from a therapist, a counselor, someone that has experience and knowledge, or like go to church, speak with someone that will give you the advice that you need to get you out of this somber feeling of lack and like you're going to lose something and never get it back, So that's the reading, and let's go ahead and get some advice. I feel like you're just tired of this situation, There's been a lot of stress weighing on you, and you're just ready for it to be over. Okay, angels, what messages does the collective need at this time? Block out distractions. Okay, yes. It's time for you to have some alone time. Detox your friendships and face your financial fears. Okay. Attracting, not chasing. All right. So block out distractions. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important. You already know what these distractions are, and you have the power to responsibly block them out. Okay? It says detox your friendships. Your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. So if you feel like you have not been receiving that, and people are bringing a lot of pain from your past, you need to release that energy, okay? And stop holding on so tight to those connections. It says, face your financial fears. When you are honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that you, in fact, have nothing to fear, and that every successful person has struggled with and released these self-doubts. Attracting, not chasing. Anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way because of the fears underlying chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. Okay, so this is giving Six of Swords energy at that cup. The boat is sailing away. It looks like a couple, or like, I don't know, it's like you're sailing away, you're removing yourself from the old, out with the old, in with the new, and you're trying to make peace with that. So don't hold on too tight to anything. Learn when to let go. Be wise. I do feel like it's time to go in your shell, like it's time for solitude, for real. Okay, let's see. Angels, what messages do you have for the collective regarding this person? Okay, stay optimistic about your love life, soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate, okay? Codependency. Okay, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Soulmate, yes, this is your soulmate. Codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. New love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Okay, so for those of you who are single and you've been single for a while, it's saying stay optimistic about your love life. Okay, positive thinking, faith will bring you romance. Spirit is saying yes, this is your soulmate. Okay, and then you could still be codependent on a situation, a past situation. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay, and that could be pertaining to anything. So there's that. And let's go ahead and let's get some cards from Soul's Journey deck. I think you're going to start seeing the brighter side of the new beginning, okay? So keep the faith, stay positive. The new beginning is going to be exciting, you know. It's going to be more of what you wanted, but you have to let go of this past. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. See? Okay. Yes. You're listening. Or you will be. Have empathy for all involved in the situation is what Spirit is saying. Friendship, again, something about your friends, okay? I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason, okay? So you do have, you know, friends that I feel like are giving you great advice or helping you, you know, just enjoy life more and get your mind off of all of this heavy stuff that you've been going through. And perseverance, one more, Spirit. Freedom. You're freeing yourself. Finally. Okay, so empathy. It says, I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. You don't truly understand others' motivations if you haven't lived their lives and seen the world through their eyes. It's so easy to judge another's behavior matched up against your own and label it as right or wrong. But you're missing an important part of the equation: the other person's history and personal path. We are all sparks of the divine with a purpose here in the physical dimension, and we can all exert our free will. Some of us have lost our way along the path to love, and it is a human reaction to judge others before examining their journey through their eyes and with compassion. Your job is not to judge, your job is to love and understand, okay? So show empathy towards the situation. I feel like it'll be a better outcome once this person has realized that you don't have this armor and this like win at all costs type of vibe, you know? I feel like this person would be more open to like coming to an agreement once you get into that energy. And then we have friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. All humans are created from the same source, but there are some souls that share a unique kinship. Friendship can be the most exciting and beautiful experience on earth, but it can also be frustrating and heartbreaking. Understand that everyone in your path is here to teach you something. It may be for a year or a lifetime. Together you will teach each other various lessons of the heart, such as trust, love, loyalty, and admiration. The bonds of friendships are often stronger than those of family. You have formed a bridge of understanding between the two of you that has stood the test of time and of lifetimes. A true friend will illuminate your path instead of dim it. He or she will give advice with your best interests at heart. To be able to communicate at a soul level with another human being is the biggest treasure of the physical dimension. So that's also a good friend that's going to keep it real with you and tell you when you're wrong and look at it from both perspectives and not just yours. Okay, so and there you go. Perseverance. We're going to read this one in freedom. And then I'm going to do a Starseed Oracle and close out the reading. Okay, so perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Yes, you're going to be very successful at it. It says, as a soul, you are on a mission in this physical dimension. You're the only one who knows the correct path to take. Your intuition, your connection to spirit is your compass. You have the power to stay the course, and you are stronger and more determined than you might first think. In order to experience many success in life, you must mature and realize that the strength within yourself and the quality of inner courage. Life doesn't just happen. We must make it happen. It is natural for us in this human school to shy away from what we believe to be difficult because we concern ourselves with how others will perceive us. We are afraid of failure, ridicule, or coming up short. Now is the time to make the proper changes and take risks and do things you never thought you could before. Your soul must learn to become aware of its inner strength. Live the joyfulness your soul yearns for and engage in activities you have always wanted to try but were afraid you fail at it. Your soul would not yearn for something that you couldn't accomplish, okay? Your soul would not yearn for something that is impossible or that you couldn't accomplish, okay? So listen to your gut, okay? You have the strength and fortitude to be capable of greatness. You just have to believe in yourself and see the opportunities ahead, okay? Freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Your soul is open to receiving new wisdom and insights that will allow it to make the right choices for its own growth. Remember, You are never a victim of other people or their circumstances. You have complete control over your own choices. By following your heart and being authentic to yourself, you present the real you to the world. Making decisions based on other people's expectations is not the true path to happiness. You are responsible for creating your own reality. So when a soul shifts to a place of honoring itself in its totality, free from judgment, only then will it find its true freedom. Every soul is unique and follows its own path. Don't give in to peer pressure or the urge to fit in. You are the only one who truly knows the real you, so feel free to march to the beat of your own drummer, okay? So it's okay to listen to advice, but always listen to your gut. Don't let fear creep in and stop you from, taking a risk, because I feel like taking that risk is going to spark something in you that brings that happiness, that joy, that fulfillment that you feel like you're lacking right now in your life. So Spirit is wanting you to take that chance. Okay, what messages does the collective need at this time, Spirit? We have wait. It's not yet time. Things are being woven, okay? So be patient. Your life is a canvas and big picture thinking. Big picture thinking. Thank you, Spirit. That is exactly what this is. Seeing the bigger picture of everything, okay? Everything. It's not yet time. Things are being woven. In our fast, loud, reactive, comparative world, where an instant response is so often expected and at time even a currency, it can feel almost impossible to take a breath, let alone give ourselves the space to rest, wait, and reset. We're so often in overdrive, expecting instantaneous results over and over again, and when guidance doesn't come at these extreme speeds, it can feel as though something's gone wrong. But often not receiving guidance is guidance in itself. When you ask for guidance and don't receive it, it can often mean wait, it's not yet time. The details are being woven. Our challenge is to keep trusting when, on the surface, it appears that nothing is happening. To remember that no matter how long or bitter the winter, spring does always come. To remember that you don't need to solve all of the world's problems in a single day, and that perhaps they'll be better solved with some perspective and a good night's sleep. This card is your permission to slip, to slow down, switch off, and rest. You're being reminded to have patience and to trust the mystery of life, to trust that things are being woven on your behalf. It may not be happening to the timeline you like, but if you gather up the patience, it will be orchestrated better than you can ever imagine. So how can you slow down, be more patient, and wait? Okay? Your life is a canvas. It's meant for you to enjoy it and see the beautiful things and the small things, not because I feel like you've been focusing on the materialistic things that you feel like you've lost or you're going to lose and you're not going to get back. But Spirit is like, no, you don't even know what life really has to offer until you learn that it's okay to, release and let go and start over. If you got a lot of earth placements, it's, change is hard. Change can be hard, but Spirit is wanting you to take the risk. Okay, so it says artist, manifestation, creative accountability. So you're the artist of your life and your life is a canvas. Take responsibility for your ability to create. Earth is known as a planet of manifestation. Your present moment is based on your past thoughts and beliefs. Your current thoughts determine your future. So, what kind of life do you want to create for the future? What are you being called to create? Reconnect with your manifesting power and align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the vibration that matches them. It's never too late to start, and no experience is required. All you need is an open heart and mind and consistent daily action. If you're not sure what you like to create, start instead with a feeling of deep gratitude for all that's good in your life right now. State out loud what you're most thankful for. Look for the good in your life, and one thing will be certain: you'll find yourself attracting more and more good experiences into the world. This card is inviting you to see your entire life as a canvas, and the picture is completely up to you. Color it with your thoughts and feelings. Create the life that you most long to live. You may also be called to be more creative in your everyday life. What have you been called to create? How can you express yourself more creatively? And what are you being called to create in your life? Okay. So, big picture thinking. We have the Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. Okay, so the Pleiades are our cosmic cousins. They're here to remind us that it's never too late to learn new things and change the future. Okay, so it doesn't matter how old you are. If you want to start a new creative endeavor, new career, you can do that and be successful, right? You're being called to be a visionary for the planet, to take a breath, shake off what you've been taught about the world, and hold a new vision for humanity. Yeah, I do feel like your thoughts, your beliefs, and certain traditional patterns are changing. And it's like, who am I? You might be having an identity crisis or unsure of everything, because it's like everything in your life has shaken up. And so your belief system could be changing. The things that you desire or feel like was important before, you're learning that that is nothing, that doesn't bring you happiness and fulfillment, because you still feel that void after having all of this and all of the things that that's challenging in your life right now. And so I feel like at the end of this is all a big lesson to teach you, and once you release all of this heavy burdens and just live life, be free, have fun, and be that visionary for your own life, instead of thinking about what everyone else want or how everyone wants to perceive your life. I feel like once you get rid of that guilt, that judgment from the external people, I feel like you're going to feel lighter, freer, and happier. Okay. It says, shake off what you've been taught about the world and hold a new vision for humanity. You're likely a natural big picture thinker, here to generate ideas for the future, here to birth a new age and dream a new world into being. The future will be woven by dream makers like you, by those with enough courage to question the way things have been and envision new possibilities for the planet. The world needs more artists, dreamers, inventors, and visionary thinkers. And perhaps you've had an idea recently that you're being called to usher in. If so, this card is your confirmation that it's divinely guided. Thumbs up from the universe, okay? Your life is a canvas. Remember that. You are the visionary in your life. And the Pleiadians support us in the important stage in Earth's development. So they want us to know that the decision we make today will affect the well-being of our planet and all its species. They're calling on you to be a leader of the future, to hold a clear vision of what's possible, to trust that vision and follow it through with daily action, to dream a new world into being, to hold your mind open, and to try not to worry about what others think. For it takes great courage to pave a new path, to trust a vision before its reality. How are you being called to step up and lead? And what new ideas or creations are you being called to pursue? Okay. Let's start planning. Let's start dreaming, thinking, and fantasizing, but also putting the action and planning to begin this life that we seek. Okay. And it's all on you. I feel like this is the time of independence where you're going to be single, where you're going to be focused, where you're going to have that renewed inspiration after all is put behind you. And you're going to see the bigger picture and realize everything that you went through, the pain, the stress, the agony, all of that was meant to happen. And it has helped you become the person that you are today, and even further, when you're progressing and the manifestations and things that you put forth come into fruition from your hard work and being focused. Okay, so yeah, take time out to rest, and so that you can have the energy and the mindset to proceed on in your endeavors and what you're trying to accomplish. Okay, I do see great things when it comes to your goals and all of that, but there is going to be a drastic change where it's like you're never going to be the same person again. You're never going to have that same mindset that you had after everything, but I wish you guys the best, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.